On the slope of Kilauea, out here in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone.
It is Thursday, November 9th, 2023. Thank you for joining us. It has been a heck of a week, hasn't it? I don't know, this was a tough week. Tuesday was a mess with internet and power issues flickering all day. This morning about 6 o'clock, the whole thing happens again. But we battled through it. I agree. A complete full solar would be fantastic. We can run a couple hours. I say all the time. We can run a couple hours with what we have just to keep up the 226 monitoring of Kilauea and Mauna Loa. But if the internet goes down, that's on them. You know, there's nothing we can do except for patch in a Starlink system. And then we can go rogue, right? We can go rogue. Let's dump our buddies here. Have you hit the thumbs up? Your friend there is letting you know. If I can find him, where he at? There he is, right there. We are Lou and Anna 2 Pineapples. We are live here at Pineapple HQ on the slope of Kilauea, out here in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It is Thursday, and we're going to check to see if Anna has sent a bell upstairs to get our update. Have we?
I have.
Oh, she sent the bell.
I have.
Do we have an update?
The gong, no.
No. They waited till 10 yesterday to get us our update. So if you follow us Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, you'll know that there is no consistency on what time USGS, or HVO, Hawaii Volcano Observatory, gives us an update. It's whenever they get out of meetings or they have an update. We're watching some interesting things. There is 2 sentences that I am watching for today. We'll go over them as soon as we get an update. As you can see in the top left screen, there is no eruption. That red that you see back there is just a little flare off the lens. Can you see them spinning up top there? That's them right there. So they're about to lose connection again. We get comments all the time when our stream is up and running smooth and that USGS cam starts spinning. It's like, hey, you guys are buffering. Like, whoa, it's not us. So sometimes I drop our logo in the middle just so you can't see that, so that we don't get those comments. You know, hey, you guys are buffering. We're not buffering. They are. They're probably dealing with the same problem that we had this morning, and their system is suffering a little bit. So we could probably expect in the next 1 minute to 24 hours for them to lose their complete system up there. If they're starting to spin now, they'll eventually drop off the face of the earth momentarily until they can hit the reboot.
Aww.
But it is the end of the week, and we know the GOVs don't always work on the Saturdays and Sundays, so we're going to have to see what happens there. We have a good show for you set up for today. We have some interesting things. Is there anything you'd like to talk about before we get started?
No, not really.
No? Okay. Let me jump over here. I'm going to fix our EQs for us. Let's see where we're at. I have us at 14. From yesterday. Remember, I don't change this all day long. I am only going to change it in the mornings, Monday through Thursday, when we do the podcast here. That's it. Let's take a look and see where we are at. All magnitudes are set. Let's go over to our little rock in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Only show them on this map. Come on. Did I not hit the right button? One day. No, we want one day all magnitudes. Oh, look at that big fat number. Whoa.
Oh.
Well, that'll really wake you up. 5. The last one being at 811. 2.0 and a Pahala. Wow. What is it in 30 kilometers? I don't know the last time we saw anything under 28 down at Pahala. So that's where we're sitting right now, folks. It's quiet. It is quiet. Let's change this number to a 5. There we go. Now we're at 5. Wow. Well, thank you all for joining us. I'm looking at the chat. It's blowing up across the screen because it's right in front of me now. If you notice, I put the chat bar across the middle there. Okay, earthquakes are done. That's it. That's all we got. 5. Are you surprised about that? I am. Let me know. You can comment below. Right there. Let me know what you think about only having 5 earthquakes. Now, I will say this. At 5 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, HVERI, Hawaii Volcano Education and Resilience Institute, geologist Philip Ong and tracker Dane DuPont will break down the last week of Kilauea. Give you a comprehensive, really, storyline of what happened for the last week. Much better than I ever will. It's just not what I do. They will break it down at 5 p.m. and let you kind of take it through how the earthquakes have slowed to this point right here and what we can expect. Are you watching the tilts? Take a look up here. Don't be fooled by them, right? Sometimes we get a little caught up in them. Don't be fooled by them tilts. Watch them spectros down there. They tell us a lot. And that bottom one, you see how it's kind of fuzzy green, right? That WRM. I'm not a fan of that one. I put it there because it's more for just keeping an eye on things, but it has a lot of extra noise to it. So I don't really too much particularly care for it. Well, that is it for our earthquakes. We're waiting for our update today. We're going to move on and check out our friends real quick and see where the Nautilus is at. I know that they were underway yesterday. Let's see here. They're just mapping for us here. Yep. For all you number nerds, there you go. Check them out. No underwater camera, but that, I don't know, can you call it an ROV? It's completely different than what they've been using. Completely different. Well, lots of numbers there. Let's move on to some local stuff here. But first, I couldn't let it go. I saw it. I couldn't let it go. It is Thursday. We're going to keep it semi-light, fun. And let's see, where did I put it here? I tried not to stash it too far. I'm just going to have to copy it again. There we go. Chuck E. Cheese. Do you guys all remember Chuck E. Cheese? Did any of you go to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid? Do you guys remember going to that playground there? It says, "Hi, welcome to Chuck E. Cheese. Everything is visibly dirty and our mascot is a rat. Eats some pizza near a sneezing child. Come on down for some rat pizza at our child casino." I just couldn't resist. I saw that this morning and I thought that's perfect. And I never really looked at it like that, but that's what those places are, right? Child casinos. I mean, it would be nice if somebody followed us around a casino and handed us tokens, right? But as a kid, that's what you pretty much have is games everywhere, right? I saw Dub just became a member. Thank you very much. No? 2 months.
Yes.
Thank you very much. 2-month
Final.
Pinalversary.
Finalversary, yes. So, I like that.
The other interesting part is the mascot's a rat eating cheese. Now I get it, rats eat cheese, right? But of all the things it could be, I guess, what's the other? Who's the mouse? Isn't there a mouse mascot for a pizza place? If you know, let us know. Let us know. That's hilarious. Chuck E. Cheese. Did you guys know that? Never seen before. Where is it here? Let me just see if I've got it here. Over on Maui, this popped up, and it stirred up a lot of curiosity. A lot of curiosity.
Laws member for 9 months.
Ooh, Laws, 9 months. Our Scottish friend. Maybe one of these days, Laws will send us a message with an update on old Nessie.
Ed too.
Ed,
Ed's
all right.
been a member for 30 months. Me too, he says on
Right
there.
on. Thank you, Ed.
Aurelio too.
All right. You guys go ahead. Hit them
Glad
buttons.
to be here. You
Hit the
guys are
thumbs up for
awesome.
all of our awesome members. There we go. 21 months for Aurelio. That's pretty cool, guys. Thank you. Have you ever seen a pink lake? Now, this stirred up a controversy. Now, first of all, I've looked at several dozen pictures of this, and we're caught up in this, I guess, Instagram world with a billion filters, and so you can make any color look as vibrant as you want. I didn't see any quite that pink in all the videos and everybody else that was going out there, because it caused quite a spectacle. It says, never seen that before. Pink pond on Maui ignites flurry on social media. Well, what doesn't today, right? You get a hair tickle in your ear, and next thing you know, there's 4,500 people sending a message about it. Pink pond on Maui. I'm not going to play their video. Oh, I do want to show you this one part of it here. Not that. No commercials. I'm not giving them the benefit of that one. Hold on. Nothing but ads. Skip it. All right. So this was their video here on KITV, which I like KITV. I've had to issue an apology to them because I didn't they put up a 30-second thing about the road park closures, and I thought they made a mistake. Anyway, let's see here. I want to go to what triggered my thinking was right there. Maybe there's another one up here. Oh yeah. First of all, they don't want people walking down there because of the birds. That's what triggered my brain to think, birds, pink water, where have I seen that before? Peru, flamingos. Now, in this article in through here, pictures of a pink pond on Maui made waves on social media, piquing curiosity as well as raising questions and concerns over the unusually colored body of water. And you can read all this if you want. I'm just going to touch it real quick. Explain the color change may be a result of an algae bloom, process in which bacteria builds up because of the high concentration of nutrients in the area or because of changes in water quality such as higher temperatures. Now, maybe 1 or 2 degrees in temperature right there. Look where it's at. Can you see the ocean? Let's see if I can scroll back and show you the ocean near it. Give us a nice big picture. I got to go all the way back. They're going to make me watch another ad. Oh, there we go. There's the ocean right there. What do you think? What do you think is in that water coming from the ocean? Anybody? Let us know. Put it in there. I'll tell you. It's salt. And the flamingos in Peru, the flamingos is at Lake Hiller. Where's our Aussie friend? Where's Hager? I think it's Lake Hiller in Australia. Flamingos down there. They eat that algae bloom that's in there, turns their feathers pink. I think flamingos are born gray and white. They're not born pink. They get that over time. There was 7 different explanations by Andrea here, who said it could be climate change, it could be minerals, it could be bacteria, it could be all right too. It could be all right. Nobody wants to say everything could be all right, but it could be all right. I look at this. Oh, I think it was krill. They don't eat the algae, they eat the krill. They eat something. They eat something in there. They eat something. It'll come to me. Take a look. Here's a bird eating something. Not dead. Now, we've seen lakes where there's been dead birds. There's been dead fish. That bird's alive. For now. We'll see. If there's any dead birds, we'll find out about it pretty quick. But if the birds are in there hanging out, and the water's pink, it's a beautiful new attraction, right? Okay, Abby, you got to get out of here. Go.
Abby,
She
what
cannot.
are you doing?
She's way too close to the computers.
She's
Get
gonna
out of here.
knock the
We're gonna
wires
lose
over.
power again with Abby cruising under the desk
no,
here.
Abby, outside, please.
Shrimps,
Outside.
shrimps. Thank you, Gina. Shrimps, baby shrimps. They turn pink when they turn pink due to the things they eat, like small crustacean and algae. Yep, that's in that water, right? Flamingos have been around for 30 million years. Somebody can Google that on me, and I think that the first fossil of a flamingo, and I only know this because I just watched a few months ago a discovery on the flamingos. 1970s, 74-ish, 75, 74, I think the first fossil of a flamingo was found. Pretty interesting, right? We were in Peru. We didn't get out to the lake. It was dry during the time we were there to see the flamingos. They seem to be doing all right for 30 years with pink water. So I don't know, jumping the gun so fast on social media. 30, 40 years ago, there was always time involved before it really anything got out to anybody and caused just mass hysteria and curiosity. Gave the scientists time to break things down. That's probably one of my least favorite things about the information availability today. Just everything can get out too fast. There we go. The Hokulea has news. If you're not familiar with the Hokulea has been sailing. Started in Hawaii. That's our Hawaiian boat there. It started here. It's in Dana Point right now, or en route to San Diego. And it had made its way up to Alaska. It's on an educational mission and voyage. It got paused a little bit because of the fires in Lahaina. And then they said that El Niño was going to storm the Pacific, and they suspended floating down to Southern Cal. But it looks like they made it to Dana Point. And as I was reading through here this morning, I noticed that they're going to moor it up in San Diego and ship it over. So they're not even floating one last couple thousand miles. They're not going to do it. I was kind of disappointed. It's actually a really amazing event for everybody here in Hawaii to see this boat coming into the harbor. Paddlers paddle out to it. Other boats go out to it. It's a big thing. We enjoy things like this here, and they took it from us. What else do I have that's fun? Oh, I have something. Anna found this for me. Who's a Led Zeppelin fan? Probably my favorite band growing up was Zeppelin. And the 50-year mystery was solved, as research suggests. Picture shows Lot Long, a widower from Mare. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, the right side.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
How's that? All right. So I can't read there. There we go. For Led Zeppelin fans, it's an instantly recognizable image that a gray-bearded figure stooping his leathery hands, grasping the pole, supporting a bundle of hazel on his back. Have you guys ever... who's a Led Zeppelin fan in here? Somebody's got to be a Zeppelin fan. Right? Somebody. So it's interesting how this guy, Robert Plant, lead singer of Led Zeppelin, found this photo with a bunch of other photos in a home near Jimmy Page's home, and I guess he fell in love with it. It's a pretty cool little article on that. I thought that was interesting for anybody who's a Led Zeppelin fan. Let me move this down here. There we go. I have to get this off of here. All right. Let me get a drink. See where we're at in the chat. It is Thursday. We are waiting for Upstairs to send us our Kilauea report. I did not check Iceland. I can do that real quick. Iceland is not erupting. Looks like their earthquakes have gone up significantly. Let's see if they have some other news here from today. Updated November 7th, yesterday 1:30. This is all old news to you guys because you follow it non-stop. They had 900 earthquakes in the last 24 hours, most of them in the area of not going to attempt to pronounce it and not going to attempt to pronounce that one either. The largest earthquake was 2.9 around 7 a.m. this morning. That was yesterday morning. Still following it. Does anybody know if the spa has been cleared out? The Blue Lagoon. I don't think they will. But let's see. It's commerce, right? Hey, look, it says closes. There it is. Blue Lagoon in Iceland temporarily closes after thousands of earthquakes. Is this new? Is this recent? Let's see. Yeah. Yep, November 9th. They are closed. There it is. The tourist attraction, a geothermal spa that is popular with Americans. Only Americans. The geothermal spa is only popular with Americans. Come on. It's closer to London than it is to New York. Give me a break. Said it would carefully monitor the seismic developments as a precautionary measure. Did they write that to say, oh, it's popular to Americans, we better shut it down for their safety? Give me a break. Thousands of earthquakes recorded over the past few days have led to the preemptive closure of the Blue Lagoon, an iconic tourist destination in Iceland for Americans. Come on. The largest of those earthquakes was a moderate strength, according to the Icelandic Meteorological Office, the country's weather service. It reported that there were 1,400 earthquakes recorded in the country over a 24-hour span from Wednesday into Thursday. Thousands more were reported in the days before. Thousands. As a result, the management of the Blue Lagoon, a geothermal spa in Grendavik, decided to temporarily close the resort known for luxurious accommodations, relaxing vistas that can include the northern lights. The precautionary closure started Thursday and will last for a week until November 16th. Oh. So they set a date. They're coming back. All right. The Blue Lagoon has proactively chosen to temporarily suspend operations for 1 week, despite the authorities not raising the current level of uncertainty during the period of seismic activity. Blue Lagoon, Iceland, announced in a statement posted on its website. How brutal is that? You spend 10 grand to go there. Kind of like coming to Hawaii. You're an American going to the Blue Lagoon, and it's closed this week. Well, rest assured, there are hundreds of more hot springs out there. The island is known for many, many of them, which I saw in a lot of videos I would rather be in, honestly. I would go there just for the purpose of checking that box. It is beautiful, hands down. It's expensive, but it's beautiful. I'll give them that. You can have a cocktail while you're sitting in the hot spring, because it's always good to have a cocktail in hot water. But it's relaxing. I know Anna is the same way. We prefer driving 2-3 hours 4-wheel drive through the hills and find a basin of rock full of hot water out in the middle of nowhere and enjoy the scenery. That's just us. Running around with a bunch of strangers in bathing suits in a pool.
No, thank you.
Yeah. This has never been our thing.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah. After many days of seismic activity in the area and a night with powerful earthquakes, the disruption to our guests and prolonged strain on our employees was the primary reason behind our decision, the Blue Lagoon said. Now, see, there we go. Remember yesterday I said that once the locals start feeling a little bit uneasy, then it's time to make some decisions. Right there. When the locals say, feeling a little strained, I'm feeling a little stressed, then action needs to be taken. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people visit the spa. Hundreds of thousands of Americans? Huh? Which, I'll never let that go. Which had a record 1.3 million visitors in 2017, according to Blue Lagoon website. 1.3. Do you guys know how much it costs to go to this? Do you have any idea? If it was $100, how much would that cost? If it was just $100, and it's not just $100, how much? Whew. That's a lot of money for hot water that they don't have to keep hot. We got to probably keep it clean, I would hope so, or at least circulate it. Iceland is a country of less than 400,000 people, has more than 600 natural hot springs. There you go. So now they have 559 available. The volcanic island gets the better part of its heat and energy from geothermal sources, but that warm water has also been part of the island's culture, turning bathing into public pools into sociable national pastime. All right. Here we go. See this? It may even be the reason for residents' happiness. I agree. 100%. If we had hot springs here, I would be happy. I love a hot tub. Not with a bunch of strangers in bathing suits, but a hot spring would be nice. Now we have some down Pohoiki where they won't finish our boat ramp down there or put a road in. And we can get through. We have to drive all the way around Kalapana, but we can get there. They have some hot springs kind of through the jungle in there, but I don't know. There's just too many problems. Too many stories of staph infection and other issues, so I'd stay out of those. Would you like to go?
No, thank you.
Oh, she's out. She's out. The country also has about 130 volcanoes, most of which are active. Iceland is above a hot spot, a place with an abnormally high magma activity, according to the country's official website, which notes that other famous hotspots include Yellowstone National Park and Hawaii. The Weather Service said it would continue to review the data on earthquakes, adding that the seismic activity last night and this morning is an example of episodic seismic activity that can be expected while magma accumulation is in progress. When was it? Beginning of October, when we had our swarms. We had all them swarms. And this is what USGS was putting out, episodic seismic activity. Now, I think that the magma is about 2 to 4 kilometers below the surface, give or take a fuzz. Is it imminent? They haven't said it's imminent. Do you feel it's imminent? I don't know. We all kind of were like, it's coming here in Hawaii at the beginning of October. Every one of us was like, gear up, get ready, plan for it. And I'm not talking in an emergency sense that we're all going to have to evacuate the island and a million people are going to be displaced. No, I'm just saying that we're going to have an eruption inside the caldera. It's the same verbiage that they were using here that they were using in October from USGS. Episodic seismic activity that can be expected while magma accumulation is in progress. The fact that there are now larger earthquakes than before in the area does not necessarily mean an increased rate of magma accumulation. Wait a second. Did they just contradict themselves? I'm going to read both those again. The seismic activity last night and this morning is an example of episodic seismic activity that can be expected while magma accumulation is in progress. The fact that there are now larger earthquakes than before in the area does not necessarily mean an increased rate of magma accumulation. Okay, they're just not saying there is magma accumulation, just not an increased rate. Why did they have to write it like that? That's them protecting themselves, I guess. The Global Volcanism Program at the Smithsonian Institute, which tracks volcanic activity around the world, said in its weekly report on volcanic activity that there was no indication of magma migrating to the surface. Wow. Now that's coming from the Smithsonian's Global Volcanism Program. Where are you guys at on that? Huh? Where are you at on that one? So the Smithsonian says no indication of magma migrating to the surface. Up here they say not necessarily mean an increased rate of magma accumulation. Iceland's official website tells tourists that volcanic eruptions are relatively regular yet unpredictable, obviously. Since the quoting, here we go. This is a quote from someone. I'll see who it is. Since the turn of the 19th century, not a decade has gone by without one. However, it's entirely random whether they go off in quick succession or with longer spaces between eruptions. Kind of like Hawaii. Kilauea has been erupting for a very long time. And we do have some stops and starts. This year we've had 3 of them, right? January, June, and September. It's not uncommon for Kilauea to have 4 in a year, so it's kind of like we're anticipating it. And Iceland was every 5 years prior, and now it's kind of like the last 3 years has been every 1 year. Can it have a second eruption in the same year, just a few months apart? Absolutely. And we're looking at something happening. These guys are saying probably not. Unless I'm reading that wrong, you guys let me know. Claire Moses is a reporter for the Express Desk in London. So that's an interesting take on this from the New York Times. What do you guys think? I'm curious. I'm putting you on for a second. There she is. Oh, she's not there. I gotta put her here. What do you think? Do you think you'd like to go to that Blue Lagoon?
No, thank you.
What? We would go. I'd make you go.
No, I wouldn't. You can't force me to.
Oh, I can force you. No. I'm trying to get Anna moved over to the other screen real quick. You're going to see her?
I just don't like going to a place where there's so many people in there. Everybody's just swimming in the same pool of
funk.
Who knows what?
Same pool of
no,
funk.
Thank you.
Right?
And I already have sensitive skin.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it.
I'm going to show you Anna's biggest fear in the world here.
Oh, yo.
Let me show you here.
No, thank you.
This is her.
I have a phobia.
Oh, I need a picture. I need an image, not a video. Hold on. I'm going to give you Anna's largest fear on the planet. This will send her into complete breakdown. Right here. She can see it already. She's looking at the screen. Let me see if I can get it up here.
No, thank you. No.
There it is.
No.
Here it comes.
No.
There's Anna's biggest fear in the world. Yeah. Being in this. She would be a disaster.
Yeah.
I don't blame her. I don't want to be in that either. No. That is just... Oh.
It's the same thing as going into a restaurant or a bar with jam-packed people where you can't even squeeze by.
Hey, everybody!
Oh, no, thank you.
I don't know you, but you just brushed up against me again.
No, I don't like that at all.
Happy, smiling faces. Kids don't care.
Awful.
When you're a kid, you don't care. But as an adult...
Awful.
As an adult, I don't know.
Everyone's just breathing down your neck. It's awful.
Yeah, let's not talk about what's in that water either. And I don't care whether it's just loaded with chlorine. It's still, what's in that water.
And My sense of smell is
Oh yeah.
very, very strong.
She's got this crazy sniffer on her.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I can't.
She's like a bloodhound.
No, thank you.
Wow.
I would sit outside and wait by myself.
Yeah. I wouldn't even go in there. Look at it. It's where'd it go? Let me put it back up there real quick.
I just can't. Oh, hyperventilating just looking at that.
You can see it's an enclosed area too, so it's not like you even get any real fresh air. So it's got to be just a sauna in there, right?
Oh, I'm dizzy just looking.
A sauna.
Oh.
No, thank you. How we doing on our update?
Nothing.
Nothing? What's going on?
I can't get that image out of my head.
No. Dawn, we're not a fan of crowds either.
Nothing yet.
Yesterday I talked about our desire to go over to Honolulu to get us a hanging duck, roast pork, some Chinese food. Head to Chinatown. They've had like so many places here, had a bad run with places closing down. Yesterday we talked about the bakery that can't have pies for Thanksgiving. They spend all year making these pies because they don't have enough of the supply to make the crust, and they don't have enough people to make them. I don't know where all those people went. Got the heck out of here, I guess.
There was an article this morning that said a lot of the restaurants are not doing their Thanksgiving thing. Restaurant opening on Thanksgiving night or weekend because they don't have enough workers.
Ah.
Yeah.
Where is everybody?
I don't know.
Everybody bailed? Huh. So while I was looking at the information on the Chinatown and see if we could get over there and get some roast duck. And
Probably not this holiday
some
season,
poke.
though.
Some poke. Let's see here. What was I typing in here? I pulled up, to go from the airport, the Daniel K. Inouye airport, you have a couple options. You can you can take a taxi, you can take the bus, you can take an Uber. I don't think I'm missing. You rent a car, right? So obviously taxi is going to be, I think it was like $40 the last time we went by taxi over there when Anna was in the hospital. And so we took the taxi back to the airport. Isn't it kind of weird? Guys, let me know about this. Do you think this is weird? You just get discharged from the hospital. You get wheelchaired out. You get put into a taxi to the airport and then wheeled through the airport to come home. Is it kind of weird? I thought it was completely weird. It was completely weird. So I was looking at options on getting from the airport down to Chinatown. So they have been working on the HART, H-A-R-T over there. And the HART, let's see if I pull this up here. There you go. There's the HART right there. Yeah. So the HART has been going on, I want to say they've been building it for 10 years. It's a $9.8 billion rail system that goes from the airport, which is somewhere here. Can I see it here? Oh, here it is. Right here's the airport. So they'll go from the airport to downtown, and then they're both smart. And then both up here, this is all local residential all through here. So it's actually a really good idea. Because if you get in a car and you drive from the airport downtown, it's 5 lanes of misery. It is 5 lanes of misery. It's no different than driving in LA minus 3 hours. I mean, LA is maybe 6 hours to get from A to B. It's 3 hours sometimes to get from A to B. So it's a good idea. They did have to cross a lot of situations. One, obviously, cultural. They got paused because they encroached at a cultural area. So that screwed them up. Money. I don't know, time, weather, you name it, $9.8 billion. It's still not done. Now you can go from the airport, I think you can go from the airport up and around. There's only a small section of this that goes up and around now. It's still not open, still not done. I mean, they still have years to finish this. So the rail to go to Chinatown, that's out. Taxi, $40 to go downtown, that's out. Uber says it'll be $15. I don't believe it. You get to I might be able to check it here right now. It says 15. I guarantee we get there, it's going to say 25. That's $50 round trip minimum. So I think if we go and do it, it's the bus. $3. Best mode of transportation.
I don't know.
She loves the bus.
I don't.
I stuck her on a bus for 18 hours one time from Lima to Cusco.
You know, I just don't like any.
She says, I thought this was only about 8 hours. I said, I made a mistake. It was 18 hours. Yeah. Oops. Yeah.
How'd that end for you?
Didn't end well for me. Did not. She said, how'd that end for you? I said, it didn't end well. Let's see. A 2012 plan called for the entire project to span 20 miles and include 21 stations. The current plan will build 19 stations of 18. So it looks like they reduced it. 18.75 miles of track. And still not done. Let's see here. 9.8 million. Or 9.8 billion. $10 billion. There's 1.4-ish people that live in the state of Hawaii. The state of Hawaii. 1.4 that we know of. We don't know those that have come in that we don't know of. What's that? $8,000, $9,000 a person for every resident of the state of Hawaii. Whew. And we don't even get to use it on a daily basis. It's on another island. So it would be nice if it was done. I'll look forward to it. I'll write it, especially since getting from the airport to Chinatown or the Ala Moana Mall. I really don't care about going to Waikiki Beach. But the mall would be nice because our mall here has about 6 stores in it. And it seems like, what is it, almost every year we seem to lose a store, don't we? Right?
There's only a handful now.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stores in there, nobody really shops at.
No. We lost Montgomery Ward. Gone.
It wasn't Montgomery
Oh, it wasn't Montgomery Ward?
It was Sears.
Sears. Same thing. Lost our Sears. Lost our Pier 1 imports.
Yeah, that was my favorite. I was very disappointed.
We don't have a Dillard's. What is in there? What is that other one in there?
There's in the mall.
Yeah. What's the big?
There's only Old
Macy's.
Navy, Macy's.
Yeah.
TJ Maxx.
Mm-hmm. Old Lady is in there, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Old Navy.
There's only a handful of stores. Yeah. JCPenney, no.
No JCPenney. No. There's no JCPenney here. Yeah. No.
It's very limited.
No. And then we have the kids stores, right? Like Spencer's and...
Yes.
Right?
There's a couple of shoe stores in there.
Mm-hmm. Is there a Baby Gap?
Is there a Gap in there?
I don't even know if there's a Gap in there. Yeah. Is there an American Eagle?
Yeah, there is an American Eagle.
And the only reason I know these names is because I am a dad with a wife and daughters, and I have had to slump myself around the mall.
Well, like all dads and husbands, they sit on the bench while everybody shops.
No, our mall in Arizona was the best for years.
Oh, yeah.
It had a Chevy's Mexican restaurant in there, Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. The longer I sat there, the more $20 bills I was happy to pass out. Genius. Yeah. Until they decided at the mall that it wasn't appropriate to sell alcohol at the mall. Well, you know what? The mall lost because how many people stopped going?
Well, we would go to Tanger Outlets at Westgate.
Yeah, Tanger was good too. Yeah, Tanger was good too.
Yeah.
Tanger's an outlet mall next to the Cardinals.
They had all the nice restaurants there.
Yeah.
Boot Barn was there. That's one of our favorites.
Yep, Boot Barn. Yeah, the Cardinal Stadium, the hockey arena, that was all there, right? Yeah, let me jump up here. We can switch the screen real quick. Hang on to your shorts. There we go. What's happening in the chat? Did I miss anything? We're just cruising along, and we still have no update. It's pretty normal. There's our rail. It would be nice, but a lot of people from all the other islands, Big Island, obviously, Maui, Kauai, Lanai, Molokai, they all go to Oahu this time of year because they're all starting to shop for Christmas.
Yeah, Oahu, and the deals for Las Vegas now are
or they fly to
are hot.
I mean, honestly, if you broke down what you were going to purchase at the mall, at the Ala Moana Mall on Oahu, and the cost of us flying over there, taking taxis because we can't have a ferry that goes between the islands. It didn't pass its environmental assessment paperwork. If you broke down how much it cost to go there, and then everything that you're going to potentially buy, you kind of have an idea of your Christmas list, right? Your 90-inch plasma.
And
lodging, right? If you're going to stay the night. See, that's the one bonus of it is we can go there and come back in a day. Many people do. Mm-hmm. But if you were going to stay the night, which you probably want to stay the night, at least one, hit that whole mall, shop for Christmas, whatever. Break down the cost because everything's inflated in there for price because you're on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Yes. The deals that we can get from here to Las Vegas and shop in Vegas might just be less. Now, it's your own fault if you walk around the adult entertainment
I was just going to say.
And start gambling. That's on you.
Don't go to the slot machine.
If you stay out of there, you might be all right. Or you might just do extra Christmas shopping. I don't know. You just might do extra Christmas shopping. What is a flight to Vegas right now?
Oh, there's some deals at $39.
$39 out of here?
Yeah. And there's some 30% off. Southwest is having their sales. Remember we talked about this yesterday?
We couldn't get an Uber to Hilo for $39.
There's a lot of good deals now, but there was blackout dates. Remember, Southwest, that's how they trick you.
You ever notice when you go to book a trip, all the blackout dates for the specials?
You gotta read the fine print.
They're always on the days you want to go.
Yes.
Oh, they're so smart. They're so smart. Oh,
absolutely.
We got one more thing I'll bring up here while we're still waiting for
They're
our...
probably going to wait till 9:55.
Yeah, that's...
Or 10:02.
Because they know. They're watching me.
Yes.
They know. Let's jump over here to me. We've been talking about zero waste. And if you watch this week, on Monday, we talked about how we took... Oh, it's still here. This Tupperware container and tried to get chicken in it so that we didn't end up putting stuff into one of our landfills. And it was not an easy process. Now, the Hilo landfill and the Waimea, all of them, they truck everything across... This is Saddle Road. They truck across Saddle Road and take it to the landfill. Now, I watched this already, and you guys have all seen a dump. They're all the same. But check this out. I'm going to pause it here real quick so that I can blow it up. Let's see here. Where do I want to blow this up at? Here. So I want you to really get a good idea of what I'm talking about. Take a look. Watch what comes out of this truck in plastic. Look at all the plastic bags. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Somebody's comforter. Right? So we're trying to eliminate adding to that pile, but the health department... I know. I read your comments. It's the health department, Lou. It's the health department, Lou. You're fighting an uphill battle. You're swimming against the current. I know, but somebody has to. I just don't want to put any more in there, and I'm trying to prove a point. Yes, I get it. The health department does not like you to bring in unsanitary, because we're so disgusting and gross that we can't wash our own stuff, and put it into their super clean environment. I get it. And they can't use, their ice cream scoop from Baskin and Robbins, because that's super clean. They just put Baskin and Robbins cups and scoops and scooped into our bowl, we'd be all right. But nope, can't do that. to try to prevent this. Keep watching. It just gets better and better. There you go, buddy. Slide forward. Come on. Look at that, right there. Now, what you got there? Can you see it? What's there? That's a blue cooler, right? We've all had coolers, right, that go bad. They all break. They're junk. You know, we actually finally found a cooler that works really well that we haven't had to replace for years. But people throw coolers out all the time. It's a plastic box. Hawaii. You, whoever threw that cooler out, you probably live somewhere where you could grow some basil. You can grow a tomato. You can put a flower in there for the honeybees. Drill some holes in the bottom. Paint it black or blue or green, or don't paint it at all. Screw some wood to the sides of it. Use the lid on the bottom to catch the water. And plant something in it. That'll last forever. It's either going to last forever on your porch, or it's going to last forever right there. And as we keep going through this video, up here, we're in a drought. We're in a drought. They told us on Big Island, we didn't talk about it this week. Anna has it up here on my list. I just didn't bring it up. They wanted us to start conserving and watching how much water we use.
Including drinking water.
Including drinking water.
Yes.
I am not going to be dehydrated. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, you know, where are you at? Oh, go ahead, take your drink.
We're thirsty people.
Now, of course, if we're dead, then there will be less trash. I don't know. Is that the goal here? Cause us to dry up and shrivel up like a toad on an empty pond? Here they are. Conserve water. Conserve water. But we're going to spray to control the dust. Right? Keep moving. There's a little bit more here. Here we go. You know what that is, right? That's the new area that they cut into the ground to add more garbage. More garbage.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away. That's okay. We are going to continue to do our part. We are going to continue to push the envelope here, and hopefully somebody hears us. I'm always fine with swimming upstream. I can climb a mountain. I've done it my whole life, whether it was actually climbing a mountain or dealing with these types of situations, making people aware of things. You know, this is one of them. They brought it up, zero waste. I'm going to help them along and contribute. And it's going to be not taking their trash from the store and using it myself. I don't want to go in there and into the grocery store and say, you have got to put this in my container. I'm not going to do that to them. You know, that's just wrong. It's going to make people upset. It's going to, if they do it, maybe the health department will watch this and they'll get in trouble. And I don't want that to happen at all. I just want them to be aware of what truly is going on there. And to try to tell me that their little paper cups or their plastic cups up there with their plastic lids are cleaner than ours Tupperware, they can blow that right out their door. You know what I mean? Because those plastic cups were formed in a third world country by a machine, put into a box, put onto a boat, and if you know anything about anything that ships, it gets covered in rats and bugs and dirt and everything else. So they're not cleaning those cups before they give them to us, are they? No. Taking your chances. Taking your chances. So I'm going to find some creative ways to make it better for all of us and see if I can just come up with a reasonable solution, because they're not going to have a dishwasher in the back to wash my container. They're not going to have reusable containers available for us yet for chicken or poke or any of the meats that are there. Just going to have to find a creative way until they can catch up with us. Also, to the individual, I'm not going to name names, that mentioned about the cost you less that we have here. Nothing I can do. They did say, they can resell stuff from Costco. They can do anything they want. They're a private business. I don't know their affiliation. All I know is that the store is horrible. There's a lack of items in the store. They're limiting things, the amount of things we can sell. The supply is not there. We have very limited options on this side of the island. Very limited. Now, cost you less is about the cheapest. And every store goes up from there. KTA gets a little bit more expensive. Safeway's astronomical. Walmart does not have a meat section, a fresh meat counter, or a bakery, or what else do they have at Walmart? All the fruits and vegetables. They got about 9 baskets of potatoes and tomatoes and avocados, right?
Majority of the time it's onions.
And there you go. Majority of the time it's
onions.
Yeah. So
and bad apples.
So when we're limited, Malama is great, but Malama's crazy expensive. Crazy expensive. So when we have a place that's a discount, quasi fake Costco, I'm gonna bring it up that's all we have, and they've got to do better for us because we're dependent. Or Anna's just gonna start ordering fresh meat and cheese off Amazon, and she doesn't want to do that.
No,
she doesn't. I don't care. I'm about there. I'm not gonna live on canned meat. I'm talking fresh chicken breast shipped from Missouri or Arkansas. Right? So where we're at. And I don't want to hear go out and get them road chickens.
They keep telling me.
I want to hear that because we're saving them road chickens for the apocalypse. That's our emergency stash out there. It feeds itself, takes care of itself.
That's not cool.
Road chicken.
And road pigs.
That's right. And the road hogs. It's for the apocalypse.
Yep.
Let me check the chat here, see what's going on. I'll go through some comments with us real quick here. Let me scroll up a bit. Momo says, we have bins at Emory for compost, recycling, white paper, mixed paper, batteries, glass, ink, carts, and more. Nice. Yeah, most places do. Not here. Oh, no. We only can recycle batteries and oils, inks, and things like that. I don't know. Maybe ink's not on there. But I know batteries and oil, paint, once to twice a year. Right.
No, they say they want you to, but they don't have anything that you can use.
Right.
They don't supply the containers.
No, we don't get containers supplied.
They expect you to do it yourself.
Right. Which you can. You can go to the transfer station.
Who will? Who will? Not everyone will.
No. The transfer station has huge bins. They have 2 bins for general trash. Right? Mm-hmm. The plastic bags we're not supposed to be using, the plastic that people buy, those plastic bags to put other plastic in to throw into the trash. Well, they have 2 of those bins. They have 1 or 2 bins for green waste. That's all your clippings from your yard.
And 1 cardboard.
And what?
And 1 cardboard.
Then they have a cardboard, and they have a steel there, and they have a glass bottle. I don't think they have a plastic bottle.
Not glass bottle.
They do. Okay. At the Pahoa, they have glass bottle there.
Okay, not in KO.
KO doesn't. No. So we wish they did. We recycle everything we can. We don't have a lot of trash, but we're forced. Well, we're not forced. We just, it's not easy. Let's just say it's not easy. Sid for Brains, they just made new land to put apartments on. There you go. I know they transform landfills for other things as well, like golf courses, right? It's a never-ending battle. Yep. Momo, it's not hard to recycle. It's not hard to find a solution to landfills. We humans are smart. Disagree. It's a matter of people wanting to make a change. I agree. Humans have proven time and time again we are dumb. Dumb. Because common sense is not allowed to happen any longer. I think there was a time during evolution that humans were smart. I really do. We're creative. But common sense and bureaucracy, the politics of everything, really throw a stick in the spoke.
Spoiled.
Spoiled. Lester says, when I worked as a janitor for a school, they had recycle bins, but those went in the same dumpster as everything else. I've seen some exposés on that where you have a bin and you have the trash and the recycle holes. You lift it up and it's the same dang trash can. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yep. Gotta have moisture to decompose the garbage, right? Gotta have moisture. We have a lot of that. Two pineapples. Check out Emery's sustainability project. It's got a lot of helpful info. Sustainability and limiting waste. Will do. No more styrofoam. Styrofoam's another one of those things that just, it's a problem. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I don't think we can, I don't believe we have any recycling bins for styrofoam.
No.
So there's that cooler we just saw, right? Plastic with plastic wrapped around styrofoam. The best of both worlds. That's right. The roosters better run. But they're all right till the apocalypse hits. Dennis has an idea. Shred all the plastic, pack into Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk's rockets, and send them to the sun. Giant incinerator in the sky. I don't know if that's possible. I'm sure that there is going to be a mass protest saying that we are going to blow the sun up if we do that. For every logical and common sense scenario, we get 45 other people here that say this may happen, so we shouldn't do it. If we go back, and I might pull this up one day, if we go back and pull all of the people that feel they're important out there, the leaders that were elected to tell us things or supposed to be doing things for us, but they tell us things like we're all going to be underwater in 10 years, or we're going to run out of oil in 5 years, or the oceans are going to do this or whatever. We can go back and look at all their forecasts and thoughts that if we don't make this change now, this is going to happen, so we have to make these changes. They'll do the same thing on this. If we do that, that'll happen. It's a mad circle. It's a mad circle. The comment about moisture was about the water trucks. The water is a problem. We don't have much of it. Could they use seawater? Are the glaciers melting fast enough that if we pulled seawater into those trucks for dust control, would that help? Did I just find another solution to the big problems? Or did I just create more problems? Sometimes I do a little bit of both. Sid says, I called the sanitation office here and no one takes styrofoam. It just has to hit the landfill. Right? It doesn't make any sense. There's got to be a system in every government, in every city, state, county, to recycle every single thing. Now, we lost our availability to sell our recyclables to the Far East. I don't even know if any of it goes off island anymore. I know it was being bought and shipped off for a long time. Where people will recycle. They will. They'll put people down for 30 cents a day to sit there and fiddle through all that trash and get every bit of recycling done. Is it fair? I don't know. They have a job. Should everybody be making $25 an hour? I don't know. Ask the people that used to work at McDonald's that wanted $25 an hour. Now there's a robot. All right? Going to happen to Starbucks. They want more money, 3 to 5% going up this year. They're going to see a mechanical robot mixing their frappuccinos, mocha lattes, double shots of espresso with whipped cream and cinnamon
I don't even drink that
for
stuff.
$9.
No thanks.
That should be illegal. Used oil can be used for dust abatement. Just saying. We do not allow one drop of oil to hit the dirt here. Nope. No can do. We got to keep it in barrels over there. Now my truck has 4 gallons when I change the oil. We got to keep it and take it once a year to recycle. Now, some of us, and I know some of you guys on here have chainsaws, some of us reuse our oil for our chainsaws. Some of us that know excavators and big machines with tracks, we reuse that oil for certain things, putting oil on our tracks and things like that. That's going to happen. Corey says they use the brine from gas wells for both snow, ice melt, and on dusty roads in the summer. That's smart. See, now that's crazy. That's creative right there. Perfect. Don says, salt buildup on land not good. Hey, Don, will salt dissolve the trash? Would it help break down the trash?
And your updates there.
I don't know. The salt water's there. I know we don't use it for... I brought this up before when somebody was talking about salt and not putting it on land. Was like, hey, how come you guys don't take ocean water and put the fires out in Hawaii? Well, the seawater is not, like Don just said, is not good on land because it will kill vegetation. It will. I don't know if the mongoose care if it hits them. The nenes, they probably land in the ocean once in a while. But the vegetation here does not like the salt. So they don't use the salt water for that. But a landfill? What's it matter? What's salt buildup in a landfill? There's plastic and styrofoam in there. I just got a message from Anna next to me. There you go. Dub says chainsaw, lawnmowers, tractors, all of that. Right on. Well, I guess I will click on that button now, won't I?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. And as Anna predicted, the update comes out at 10:11 on Thursday, November 9th.
10:08.
Sorry, 10:08. I was looking at our clock. There it is. Let me squeeze it into the whole screen. I am looking for some things today. 2 sentences, actually, that I am really the most interested in. Let's get this screen set up for us so you guys can follow along. Thursday, November 9th, 2023 at 10:08 a.m. The Hawaii Volcano Observatory Daily Update says Kilauea is not erupting. The unrest associated with the intrusion that began in early October southwest of Kilauea Summit has diminished over the past week. However, unrest may continue to wax and wane with changes to the input of magma into the area, and eruptive activity could occur in the near future with little or no warning. No unusual activity has been noted along Kilauea's East Rift Zone. However, a small cluster of earthquakes is being monitored on Kilauea's Southwest Rift Zone that is identical from yesterday. Summit observations. Unrest around the summit of Kilauea diminished over the past week. Over the past 24 hours, seismic activity remained nearly the same with no earthquakes recorded in Kilauea Summit region, a minor decrease from approximately 3 over the 24 hours. No earthquakes. What did we have yesterday? 3. We went from 3 to 0. That's an eerie feeling here, to have no earthquakes. The magma just didn't disappear. It's pulling up. It's found a nice big happy spot, right? It's got to be filling voids, filling up. If we're not getting the movement of the quakes, the lava, the magma trying to push up or around, that's an interesting one. The Wakehuna Summit tilt meter, located northwest of the caldera, measured slight gradual uplift over the last 24 hours, continuing an inflationary trend that began on November 6th. Sandhill tilt meter, located southwest of the caldera, also measured slight uplift over the past 24 hours and since November 6th. Overall, summit of Kilauea remains at a high level of inflation above the level reached prior to the most recent eruption in September. Our SO2, I think the person that was giving us these like every few day updates on the SO2, I think they're gone. I don't think they work there anymore because, I mean, October 19th. Now, obviously, if it's staying the same, they don't need to make a change, but a change on the date, at least. I don't know. Food for thought. Food for thought, HVO. There is currently no sign of an imminent eruption, but eruptive activity is possible in the coming weeks or months. Increased inflation and earthquake activity, heightened unrest, are expected to precede an eruption. These signals did not appear until 1 to 2 hours before recent eruptions. There we go. It may not. Over the past week, oh, that's what they took off. They took out of there. It's got to be down here. You know what they took out? My days and my weeks and months. Did I just not see it? Nope, they removed it. Oh, nope. Over the past week, a small cluster of several dozen earthquakes has occurred in the middle southwest rift zone. Most events have been... This is a rift zone observation, by the way. Over the past week, a small cluster of several dozen earthquakes have occurred in the middle southwest rift zone. Most events have been smaller than magnitude 2 and have located near the 1823 vents. Ooh, new information. At depths of 1 to 3 miles, or for those who don't speak English, 1 to 5 kilometers below sea level. The rate of earthquakes occurring in this area has decreased over the past several days and will continue to closely monitor this area. No unusual activity has been noted along the East Rift Zone. Steady rates of ground deformation and seismicity continue. Measurements from continuous gas monitoring stations downwind of Pu'u'o in the Middle East Rift Zone have been below detection limits for SO2, indicating that SO2 emissions from Pu'u'o are negligible. Gas is all good. So they took out... So the two changes I was looking for was... Where were the earthquakes at? Now we're down to 0. I have 5 listed on here because that's what's on their map. Right? They're writing something else here. They took away our an eruption could happen in weeks or over the next weeks or months. They took that out. But they did add... over the past week, the 1823 vents. Now that, to me, has this been up there before and I just missed it? Sometimes I don't read all the way down. But I would have seen that. I would have seen that. Well, that's an interesting update. It gets more interesting every time we read it. We're seeing some changes in there, and we're seeing not so much changes. There's incoming color. Yes, there is. You know what that means, right? 1 earthquake today. Phew. Awfully quiet. Awfully quiet. Well, we'll see what geologist Philip Ong and tracker Dane DuPont say tonight with HVERI. At 5 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, they will definitely break down the week because even though there is a lack of visual activity, there is still activity going on underground. And it seems as though we have started this new trend to talk about rift zone observations. So we'll see how this plays into it. We've been focused so long for the last several weeks on the 1974 vents. Now we're talking about the 1823 vents. Like Philip didn't have enough to put together for the program tonight. He'll be digging all that information up. But if anybody knows Kilauea exceptionally well, it is him. So tune in, 5 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time for HVERI. We'll drop that link in here in the 226, as well as our community tab as soon as we get it from them. And I see Anna just put HVERI on there. Check them out. Perfect. That is them. Well, how you doing? Good.
A little heads up will be nice.
Heads up. I always like to pop the camera so you can see she's over there. Did you see that they're hiccuping a little bit up top? They're still spinning. It's got a little lag to it. Yeah, I'm running at 8,000 kilobytes a second, so it's definitely not on our end. With 0 drop frames and my CPU's at 0.8%, 30 frames a second. I'm smoking up good. They're hurting. As I said, they'll probably have to reboot at some point. And of course they'll reboot about the time I get out the driveway today. Yeah, and then it'll be like, oh, USGS shut down. We'll see. I'll try to hold off as long as I can. I've got some stuff I've got to do off property today. What do you all have going on? Let us know. Hopefully all is good. Are you going to sit around and watch for the Iceland eruption? Are you going to wait for Kilauea? But be back for 5 p.m. We'll get some good information. Sulfur field's still growing. It's hard to see so much this morning because it's pretty cloudy out. Off and on trickles of mist, but no real rain. That is about all we have for you today. Until then, and until next time, remember to join us Monday through Thursday, 9 to 10 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. We're Lou and Anna 2 Pineapples.